Hello everyone, I am Vijay Subhash Katta, and from today we are going to start with the new lecture series on computer network. So you can contact me on vijay.katta@sgei.org. So मैं इस लेक्चर सीरीज को हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ. So when we talk about a concept called as the computer नेटवर्क, सो ये दो वर्ड से मेरा बना हुआ है. पहला वर्ड बनता है मेरा कंप्यूटर और दूसरा वर्ड आता है मेरा नेटवर्किंग. सो व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट कंप्यूटर्स, सो ये मेरे प्रॉपर हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर का कॉम्बिनेशन होता है जो एक डिवाइस की तरह कंसीडर किया जाता है. इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ वन डिवाइस. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज द नेटवर्क, इट मींस इस तरह के कई सारे जो मेरे डिवाइसेस हो गए, जो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम्स हो गए, चाहे वो मेरे पीसी हो, चाहे मेरे लैपटॉप हो, या कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन डिवाइसेस हो, इन सारे कम्युनिकेशन डिवाइसेस को जब मैं कनेक्ट करता हूं एक में एक से, जिसका बेसिक पर्पस होता है मेरा डेटा को शेयर करना, जिसका मेरा बेसिक पर्पस होता है जो भी मेरे रिसोर्सेस होते हैं उन रिसोर्सेस को शेयरिंग करना. रिसोर्सेस का मतलब, आप रिसोर्सेस में प्रिंटर ले सकते हो, आप रिसोर्सेस में मेरा स्कैनर ले सकते हो. सो मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ डिवाइसेस यू कैन कनेक्ट दिस वन. So this is a generalized concept about computer networking. So when we will go through with this course one, we will follow the books of Frozen for data communication and networking. And the most interesting book is by A.S. Tenenbaum, that is called as a computer network. In fact, you go with the William Stanley also, and these two are the reference books. So this is a Frozen. My most of the slides and are based upon these two books, and the mother of computer network book that is called as the Andrew Tenenbaum's computer network. इन बुक्स की खासियत यह है कि आप किसी एक कॉन्सेप्ट को लोगे, पहले ही चैप्टर से लेके वो इसे डिटेल तक एक्सप्लेन करता चला जाएगा. सो कंप्लीट प्रैक्टिकल लॉजिक बिल्डिंग के लिए ये बुक्स बहुत ज्यादा बेटर है, एंड आई प्रिफर दिस बुक्स टू ऑल दी रीडर्स. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कि हमें कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क को पढ़ना है, तो सबसे पहली चीज आती है कि हमें पास्ट से प्रेजेंट की तरफ मूव करना होगा. तो जब मैं 18th सेंचुरी की बात करता हूं, दैट 18th सेंचुरी इज बेसिकली द एरा ऑफ द ग्रेट मैकेनिकल सिस्टम्स. 19th century, age of the steam engine. When we talk about 20th century, that is the information gathering, processing and distribution of that one. And 21st century replaced 20th century technology for handling information गैदरिंग, प्रोसेसिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. तो देखा जाए तो धीरे धीरे हम लोग अपने सिस्टम को, अपने वर्क को सिस्टमाइज करने लगे हुए. और उसी सीरीज में जो सबसे पहली टॉपिक आता है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क. तो आने वाले पूरे लेक्चर सीरीज में जिन टॉपिक्स पे मैं कवर करने वाला हूं, तो यूनिट वन में आई विल गो विद द गोल्स एंड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ नेटवर्क. डेफिनेटली आई विल गो विद द माय फेवरेट बुक दैट इज एंड्रयू टेनेनबम, then network structure architecture, and now the most and basic important thing is called as the OSI model. So OSI model एक ऐसा स्टैंडर्डाइज मॉडल है जो आपको पूरे नेटवर्किंग के सिस्टम को समझने में बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी रोल प्ले करता है. OSI स्टैंड्स फॉर ओपन सिस्टम इंटरकनेक्शन मॉडल. फिर उसके बाद में वी विल गो विद द नेटवर्क टोपोलॉजी एंड डिजाइन एंड डिले एनालिसिस. टोपोलॉजी का मतलब आप ये समझ के चलिए कि किस तरह कंप्यूटर डिवाइसेस जो एक में से कुछ डिस्टेंस पे है वो एक में से कैसे कनेक्ट हो गए, हम उन्हें वायर से या वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजी से कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे. उसके बाद बैकबोन नेटवर्क, लैन, मैन एंड वैन. दिस इज अ इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. वी विल गो विद द बुक फ्रोजन. बहुत बेहतरीन तरीके से इस बुक के अंदर एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया हुआ है. देन वी विल गो विद द ट्रांसमिशन मीडिया एंड द एडवांस टॉपिक दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ISDN. सेकेंड यूनिट की तरफ जब हम मूव करेंगे, तो सेकेंड यूनिट में हम लोग हमारा लैन कार्ड और उसकी टेक्नोलॉजीज के ऊपर फोकस करेंगे. थर्ड यूनिट दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द networking, that is basically it is called as a backbone. पूरा नेटवर्क इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए, नेटवर्क में डिवाइसेस को और नेटवर्क को आइडेंटिफाइड करने के लिए, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज अ आईपी प्रोटोकॉल, एंड आईपी स्टैंड्स फॉर इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल. Internet protocol. You can say, like, if suppose your roll number, that is the number given by the university. So when you visit the university campus, any university campus where you are registered, so you first, any authority ask about your university roll number. So that one is a unique, that number is associated with you. So similarly, in computer system, to identify the computers and the network where that computers are connected, मतलब कंप्यूटर को और उस कंप्यूटर जहां पर कनेक्टेड है उस नेटवर्क को आइडेंटिफाइड करने के लिए भी एक रोल नंबर की तरह सिस्टम फॉलो किया गया है, एंड दैट सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज अ इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल. सो इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल को हम लोग शॉर्ट फॉर्म में आईपी कहते हैं. सो पूरा आईपी मैकेनिज्म और कैसे आईपी मैकेनिज्म यूज होता है. उसके बाद में इसमें ही एक नेक्स्ट टॉपिक आता है जिसको हम कहते हैं राउटिंग. राउटिंग एक ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट है जहां पर हम एक मशीन से दूसरे मशीन को पहले सर्च करते हैं और पैकेट को फॉरवर्ड किया जाता है, जो भी एल्गोरिथम होगा, लाइक शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ या any other algorithm, according to that one we transfer that one. In unit number 4 we go with the some protocols called as a TCP and UDP protocols. Unit number 5 is basically related with the application areas of the computer network. So here we will go with the protocols for email, FTP, that is stands for file transmission protocol, web and DNS, like this one. तो ऐसे कई सारे टॉपिक्स हैं जो हम इसमें स्टडी करेंगे. कुछ टूल्स आप लोग यूज कर सकते हैं जब आप कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क यूज कर रहे हो तो, बिकॉज कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क में आपको वी विल टॉक अबाउट कि यस आई एम ट्रांसफरिंग द डेटा, बट यू नेवर विजुअलाइज दैट वन. तो जब तक कोई चीज हम विजुअलाइज नहीं करेंगे तब तक इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वन. सो पैकेट ट्रेसर, इट इज अ फ्रीवेयर, you can use that one. Then network simulator 2, this is on the Linux platform. पैकेट ट्रेसर आप विंडो एज वेल एज लिनक्स किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पे प्रीफर कर सकते हैं. कॉलनेट ये लाइसेंस वर्जन है, और एक फ्रीवेयर वायर शार्क भी आपके लिए अवेलेबल है. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क. तो सबसे पहले जैसा हम लोगों ने अभी देखा कि कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क, द बेसिक पर्पस इज द डेटा शेयरिंग. सो बिफोर दैट वन we will go with the terms called as a data communication. So when I again talk about data communication, there are two words here. One is called as the data and second one is called as the communication, or we stand for the telecommunication. So data is a thing that is you want to transfer from one machine to the another machine. And when we talk about the terms called as the telecommunication, it means communication at distance, because we have the two computer systems. This is computer number 1 and this is computer number 2. These two computer systems are located at different places and they are either connected by wired network. So option number 1 is the wire network, or option number 2 is called as the wireless. आप लोग इस टर्म से एसोसिएटेड, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द वाईफाई. हम दोनों से इनका मशीन्स को कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द कम्युनिकेशन एट द डिस्टेंस. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द सेकंड टर्म कॉल्ड एज द डेटा कम्युनिकेशन, सो डेटा कम्युनिकेशन मीन्स एक्सचेंज ऑफ डेटा बिटवीन टू डिवाइसेस via some form of transmission media such as wire or radio frequency, that is nothing but wireless one. So in this section, we will discuss on mainly on the components of data communication, data representation, and data flow. So when we talk about data communication, so to perform any communication, there are 5 basic components. So component number 1, you should have a sender machine. Component number 2, there should be a receiver machine. Component number 3, there should be a medium. Medium may be wired, again I am repeating this one, or wireless, that is called as the radio frequency signal. So this is the third component. Fourth component that is required that is, it is important one is called as the message that you want to transfer. This is nothing but you can call it as a data in a particular format that you will transfer on this one. And fifth component, that is called as the rule book. That is, we call that rule book as a protocols. So there should be a protocol. A standard protocol must be available on the machine, so that this, with help of this protocol, sender will transfer this message to the receiver, and receiver will understand what sender has sent the data. Then when we talk about data flow, so there are three components, three types of data flows has been defined here. First one is called as the simplex communication. Second one is called as the half duplex communication. And third one is called as the full duplex communication. So when I talk about the simplex communication, sometimes it is called as a one-way communication. In one-way communication, that only one machine transfer data to the another one. So here we have one example here. Suppose I call it as a mainframe machine and it transfer data to your monitors. If you are not aware about the concept of mainframe, then just consider this as your CPU and it is transferring data to the monitor. Or again, if you are not aware about the CPU, then just simply consider this is your laptop, and in monitor place, consider it as your printer. So always data flow from your laptop when you connect it with the printer. So this is a simplex communication. When there is a second communication, it is called as a half duplex communication. At a time, the communication is performed only in one direction. So if I said key station number, this is station number 1 and this is station number 2. So at a particular time t is equals to 1, station will transfer data to station 2. When this data will reach at the station number 2, then at time is equals to t2, station number 2 will start the communication. It means on a cable, both way communication is possible, but at a time, at only in one direction. And when we preferred कि both machine can transfer at the same time, this is called as your full duplex communication. So at the same time t is equals to 1, this station number 1 can transfer data to the station number 2, and in fact station number 2 can also communicate with the station number 1. So in this way, the communication has been performed. So when I talk about the full duplex one, we utilize fully the bandwidth capacity, and in a minimum time, both the station can communicate with each other. While in half duplex mode, we transfer in only one direction, so it requires some more time when we have as compared to the full duplex one. So again, to summarize this one, for data flow in computer network, we have three types of communication. One is called as the simplex communication. This is called as a one-way communication, like computer to printer. Half duplex at a time in one direction, full duplex at a time in both direction. So now let's come with the basic definition of computer network. So I have taken this one from the Tenenbaum. So when we talk about the definition of computer network, the most highlighted words are the autonomous. Second one is called as the interconnected, and third one is called as a independent computer system. So the definition is an autonomous collection of interconnected independent computer system. So जब भी हमें कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क बनाना है तो सबसे मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज वी नीड अ इंडिपेंडेंट कंप्यूटर सिस्टम. Interconnected means that independent machines are connected either by wired or wireless, and autonomous means they have their own rule. So a network is a set of devices, often referred to as the node, connected by the communication link. Again, I am repeating, communication link का मतलब ये नहीं हुआ कि we need only wires there. It may be a wired or wireless communication. A node can be a computer, it can be a printer or any other device that is capable of sending or receiving data generated by other nodes on the network. So when we talk about the purpose of computer network, then the first one is called as the resource sharing. Whatever the resources we have. Now, for example, in a computer lab or in any office, we have only one printer, and that printer can be shared with n number of computers. So आप कहीं पर भी किसी भी कंप्यूटर नंबर 1, 2 या 3 पे बैठे हुए हो, you can directly use that one. If we do not use computer network, then in that case, computer number 1, we required printer 1. For computer 2, we required printer 2. And for computer 3, we required printer 3. So the most important thing जो अभी आप लोगों के मैं रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा हूं कि यहां पर 3 कंप्यूटर के बीच में आई हैव यूज ओनली 1 प्रिंटर. सो दैट इज अ रिसोर्स शेयरिंग. Business application, it has a home application domain, mobile users. So these are the some basic uses of computer network. But yes, when we are focusing on the positive side of the computer network, there is one negative side that is called as the some social issues. Now we are spending most of our time with the mobile phones and our laptops, and we are far away from our personal lives. We have the 1,000 numbers of friends on Facebook and LinkedIn, but in a general life, we do not have a friend. So that is the biggest issue that comes with the technology. So we have to manage between the uses of the devices, that is the networking, and the disadvantage of that one. So basic category of the networks are, so it is basically valid network category include first one called as the data communication, second one is the voice communication, third one is called as the audio communication, fourth one stands for the multimedia, and then we use the internet and intranet. So benefits of computer networks are resource sharing, powerful communication medium, it's a highly reliable, higher flexibility, low cost, and incremental expansion or reduction. If as the number of user increase, we can grow our computer network. And if the number of user reduce in our offices, we can reduce that one. So from the application point of view, we have the scientific and technical computing. We use client server model, distributed processing, parallel processing, and communication media. From the commercial aspects, online advertisement, telemarketing, teleconferencing, worldwide finance services, these are related with the commercial application. And third one, we call it a network for the people. So telemedicine, distance education, person-to-person communication, interactive entertainment, all these are the basic application areas. Then some financial services, banking one. In today's system, we are using the UPI, we are using ATM machines. All these things are the one example of our computer network. So from the manufacturing industry, when we consider about the manufacturing industries, computer networks provide the essential service like computer aided design and computer assisted manufacturing, that stands for the CAM. We use electronic data interchange format. We are whenever we go for the shopping at Big Bazaar or any store, whenever we perform a payment, so we use electronic data interchange one. Electronic mail, that is basically stands for the email. It is a very known name. So through email we can perform the communication. Voice over IP, video on demand, teleconferencing are the some basic uses, application areas of computer network. So in our next lecture, we will focus on the network technologies, the classification of network, and the basic details of computer network.